My beloved child, a powerful movement is drawing near to you, but I want you to receive it with peace, discernment, and freedom, not with the fear that the door will immediately close if you hesitate for even a moment. I know the years behind you have trained you to believe that every opportunity must be seized quickly because you fear that something good will slip through your hands again. There were times when you caught sight of hope and rushed toward it, only to realize later that you had acted from scarcity rather than clarity. Therefore, today I do not shout in order to make you panic. I call your name gently so that you will remember that what truly belongs to you will not require you to lose your peace in order to keep it. A good door may demand courage, but it will not use threats to force you through. Perhaps recently you have felt a deep stirring concerning love, money, or the direction of your future. You no longer want to repeat your former way of living. You no longer want to endure relationships that lack respect, nor remain trapped in cycles of scarcity that have existed through generations of your family. Understand that what you feel does not necessarily come from a mysterious vibration or a hidden code carried through your bloodline. Sometimes it is a very real awakening that occurs when you begin recognizing inherited patterns, the way those before you remained silent when wounded, feared change, treated self-exhaustion as duty, or believed that money must always be accompanied by anxiety. When you recognize these patterns and decide to live differently, you are opening a new road for yourself and for those who will come after you. I do not want you to hate the past or blame your family for what they did not know how to heal. Every generation lived according to the understanding available to them at the time. Some people hurt you not because they wanted to destroy you, but because they had never been taught how to love in a healthy way. Some held money too tightly because they had known severe lack. Some feared expressing emotion because they grew up in environments that treated tenderness as weakness. You do not need to continue carrying all of this, but you can look upon it with compassion. Deep change does not begin by condemning those who came before you. It begins when you say, "This came to me, but it will not continue passing through me in the same way." In love, I am teaching you not to confuse intensity with compatibility. A relationship does not become sacred merely because it creates powerful emotion. The person who is truly right for you will not require you to sacrifice your dignity, live in anxiety, or continually prove that you deserve to remain. Healthy love creates room for both people to be honest, to grow, and to be respected. It does not use silence as punishment, guilt as control, or turn you into the person who must always rescue everything. If a relationship repeatedly causes you to lose your peace, observe it carefully. I am not telling you to leave because of one difficult day, but neither do I want you to call endless endurance, loyalty, financially. What I am preparing for you is not a secret stream of money activated through a phrase, a like, or a donation. Lasting expansion is built through knowledge, discipline, and upright choices. Examine how you use what you currently possess. Learn to distinguish need from impulse, generosity from allowing others to exploit you, and genuine opportunity from dazzling but unclear invitations. You may not possess much now, but the way you manage what is small today will prepare you for what is greater tomorrow. Do not be ashamed to begin again. Do not believe it is too late to learn how to save, improve your abilities, or build a new source of income. Every small and orderly step places another stone beneath your feet. I also want you to understand giving correctly. Generosity is beautiful when it flows from free love. But it loses its purity when people pressure you with promises that the money you give will open heaven or purchase blessing. You do not need to send money to prove your faith. You do not need to sacrifice what your family truly needs because someone claims that a contribution will change your destiny. If you wish to support a good cause, understand its purpose, how the resources will be used, and what you can realistically afford. Give in peace, not fear, with discernment, not pressure, from a sincere heart, not because you expect to receive many times more in return. The most beautiful gift is one that does not cause resentment after it is given and does not push you into deeper lack. Likewise, no button on a screen can activate blessing. I do not measure your trust through likes, subscriptions, or comments. You may engage with content because it is helpful, but do not believe that your protection, love, or future depends upon doing so. Genuine agreement is revealed in the way you live after the screen has gone dark. It is seen when you keep your word. Act with integrity. Apologize when you are wrong. Reject what is dishonest. And continue doing good even when no one witnesses it. One small but sincere action carries more value than thousands of emotional declarations that are quickly forgotten. I know you have sometimes felt as though a force did not want you to move forward. But do not give too much power to what is unseen, or imagine that every obstacle is an attack aimed personally at you. Some difficulties arise from circumstances. Some delays come from inadequate preparation. And some doors remain closed because they are genuinely unsuitable. Maturity means that you do not immediately place all responsibility upon a hidden enemy, but honestly examine what you can change. You cannot control everything, but you can adjust your habits, your reactions, the way you use time, and the people you choose to walk beside. It is there that agency returns to your hands. If you have just sent or received a message that unsettled your heart, do not immediately believe that it has activated a mysterious chain of events. Read it again calmly. Does it bring clarity or increase confusion? Does it respect boundaries or attempt to create pressure? Does it align with what you know to be right? A wise decision does not need to be covered in excessive mystery. Sometimes what you need is simply to slow down, ask for more information, and give yourself time to observe. You do not have to answer every invitation immediately, nor do you need to reopen an old relationship merely because someone from the past suddenly reappears. Look for genuine change. Not only promises spoken at the moment when you are vulnerable, my beloved child. No 11-minute countdown determines your destiny. Time is precious. But I do not use it as a whip to drive you into panic. What I desire is that you stop delaying the steps that are already clear. Care for your health. Finish what remains incomplete. Establish boundaries. Manage money, and seek support when necessary. Some things should not be postponed, not because blessing will disappear, but because you deserve to live with greater order and freedom. Begin with one specific action today. One calm step can carry you much farther than a great decision made in a moment of emotion. I, Michael, remain beside you, not to turn you into someone who chases signs, but to help you stand firmly in truth. What is rising within you is the courage to break old patterns and build a healthy relationship with love, money, and giving. You do not need to purchase heaven's approval. You do not need to make anyone wealthy in order to prove that you possess faith. You only need to keep a compassionate heart beside a clear mind, to give without abandoning yourself, hope without becoming gullible, and receive without losing your dignity. When you live this way, the right door will not make you panic. It will meet you in preparation, peace, and maturity. This is the kind of transformation that can change your life from its very roots. My beloved child, the person who will build lasting love with you is also being guided through a season of change so that they can become mature, peaceful, and ready enough to enter your life. Perhaps at this moment, they do not know who you are, have never seen your face, or do not understand why a deep sense of waiting has suddenly appeared within them. Sometimes they awaken with a restlessness they cannot name, as though an important chapter is drawing near. There are moments when they feel joyful without knowing why, excited about a future they cannot yet see, and urged to bring greater order into their life. This does not mean that they know the exact day you will appear. It means that something deep within them recognizes that the love ahead will require a more sincere, steady, and responsible version of themselves. That person is also learning how to pray for someone they have not yet met. In quiet hours, they hope their future partner will be protected from relationships that drain them, healed from old wounds, and given enough discernment not to entrust their heart to an unsafe place. They do not speak your name, but their prayers still carry care. May the person who will walk beside them be peaceful, know how to value themselves, and not be held captive by the past. They hope you will possess the strength to leave what no longer fits, the clarity to recognize genuine love, and the patience not to choose hastily merely because you fear being alone. Before the two of you meet, a loving attitude is already being formed through the desire for good to come to someone not yet present. I, Michael, stand like a guardian between you and anything that tries to enter your life without integrity. I do not prevent you from loving, but I want you to know how to discern. I am helping you see clearly the promises that sound beautiful only for a moment, the attention that is used for control, and the relationships that cause you to question continually whether you are good enough. Some people left because they could not accompany you into the depth toward which you are being guided. Some doors closed so that you would no longer sacrifice dignity merely to keep someone who did not know how to value you. Those separations once caused pain, but not everything that leaves is a loss. Sometimes it creates the space that healthy love needs in order to take root. I know old experiences caused you to doubt your value. Some people drew near, spoke words that awakened hope, and then withdrew as soon as you began to trust. Some treated your gentleness as something they were entitled to receive, causing you to do far too much in exchange for very little care. Some taught you to believe that love must always be accompanied by anxiety, waiting, and the effort to prove yourself. But, my beloved child, mature love does not make you continually fight for a place in another person's heart. The right person will not choose you only when everything is easy. They will learn how to remain present when life requires patience, communication, and responsibility. You deserve a relationship in which both people cultivate it together, not one where one person continually chases while the other returns only when lonely. The person being prepared to meet you has also experienced deep disappointment. Perhaps they were betrayed, trusted someone dishonest, or watched something they believed would last suddenly fall apart. That experience caused them to withdraw, question the words of those around them, and wonder whether genuine love still exists. They once believed the pain had taken only joy, but over time, it began teaching them to examine actions more carefully than promises. They learned that powerful emotion does not always mean compatibility, that an apology without change cannot restore trust, and that loyalty must be shown through consistent daily choices. I did not cause betrayal in order to teach them a lesson, but I can use what happened to transform pain into discernment. That brokenness forced them to face the immature places within themselves where they ignored warning signs, accepted less than they deserved, and used love to fill emptiness inside. Once they recognized these things, they stopped merely longing for someone who could make them feel excited and began desiring someone with whom they could build peace. They are no longer attracted only by appearance, sweet words, or great promises. They are learning to value kindness, accountability, honesty, and the willingness to grow together, just as they are being prepared. You are not being invited to sit still and wait for a perfect person to appear. I am caring for the places within you that might unintentionally repeat the old cycle. If you still believe that rescuing others is necessary in order to be loved, you will easily be drawn toward people who need to be repaired rather than those capable of walking beside you. If you still fear abandonment, you may hold too tightly and turn love into control. If you have not learned how to speak your needs, you may wait for the other person to understand without being told and then become disappointed when they do not. Therefore, this season of waiting is not meaningless emptiness. It is time for you to learn honest communication, establish boundaries, and understand that love cannot replace each person's responsibility for their own growth. When that person enters your life, do not ask only whether your heart begins to race. Observe whether their presence allows you to remain yourself. Look at how they treat people who cannot benefit them, how they keep their word when no one is watching, and how they respond when disagreement occurs. A good relationship is not free from trials, but those trials will not continually make you lose your direction. A mature person can make mistakes, but they know how to accept responsibility, apologize without shifting blame, and repair through action. They do not use silence as punishment, use former pain as a reason to wound you, or keep you continually guessing where you stand. I want you to keep your heart open without abandoning discernment. Do not place all your hope into an image you created of a future spouse and then force a particular person to fit that image. Give love time to reveal its nature through consistency. The right person may arrive in a very ordinary way, without spectacular signs or overwhelming emotion at the beginning. Sometimes what is lasting begins through safety, respect, and sincere friendship. Do not confuse peace with a lack of passion merely because you became accustomed to relationships filled with instability. What is good may not make your heart race from fear. It may simply help you breathe more easily. My beloved child, that person does not come to complete you, and you are not assigned to complete them. You will meet as two people who are still growing and who choose to love with patience and responsibility. What they have endured may help them recognize your value, but the way they live in the present will determine whether they are truly ready. Former pain does not automatically make anyone a good partner. Only honesty, healing, and practical change can do that. Therefore, when love comes, Receive it with a gentle heart and clear eyes. I am leading you away from what is half-hearted, so that you will no longer call anxiety destiny. The right person will not require you to lose yourself in order to keep them. They will build with you a place where both are respected, supported, and willingly choose one another each day in sincerity. My beloved child, even now someone is remembering you, and within their silence, a quiet change is beginning. Perhaps you have not noticed, because they still lack the courage to express what is stirring within. But what was once hidden beneath pride, misunderstanding, or distance is gradually being illuminated. They are looking again at the way you were present, what you gave, and the value they did not know how to appreciate fully before. I do not say this so that you will sit still and wait for someone to return. Nor do I want you to place your future in another person's decision. I only want you to understand that sincerity never disappears entirely from the memory of someone who once received it. Eventually, truth will require them to face what they lost. And if they approach, you will possess enough discernment to know whether it is genuine maturity or merely a moment of weakness. The surprise moving toward your home does not necessarily have to be a physical gift placed before your door. It may arrive as news that lightens your heart, an opportunity that opens after a long delay, or confirmation that helps you understand that the months behind you were not meaningless. Certain burdens have clung to your life for so long that you have nearly forgotten what it feels like to breathe without anxiety. Now I am leading you out of a rhythm in which all you know is how to endure. What was taken from your hands may not return in its old form, but something better is being prepared to fill the space. You will understand that restoration does not always mean receiving exactly what was lost. Sometimes it means being given a new beginning that no longer carries the cracks of the past. Your name is being mentioned in places you have never entered. Not because a mysterious power is forcing others to recognize you, but because the seeds you planted quietly are beginning to produce fruit. Someone remembers your kindness during a time when they needed help. Someone observed the way you preserved integrity through difficulty. Someone recognized your ability through a task that seemed small, but that you completed with complete devotion. You do not need to be present in every room for your value to become known. Consistency will make a way for you, and what you accomplished quietly will speak at the proper time. Therefore, do not despise any good work merely because no one praised it. No sincere effort is ever truly forgotten. I know you once imagined that there must be a meeting in heaven to determine when your life would be allowed to change. But, my beloved child, you do not need to believe that mercy hesitated for a long time before finally allowing the door to open. Delay does not mean you were forgotten, nor does it mean you were not worthy enough. Some doors open only when you have become strong enough not to lose yourself after entering. Some things, had they arrived earlier, would have made you overly dependent upon the approval of others. Some opportunities had to wait until you learned to establish boundaries, manage time, and stop allowing temporary emotion to guide you. Now the first thing changing is you. As you change, the doors that never fit will lose their attraction, while the right road will become clearer. The atmosphere within your home may also begin to feel different. At times you may become restless without knowing why. And then suddenly, a gentle calmness settles upon you. Do not immediately interpret every emotion as a mystical sign. Use it as a reminder to listen to your genuine needs. Perhaps you need to rearrange your living space, Rest more. Close a conversation that has made your heart heavy. Or make time for what restores you. Peace does not come only through great changes. It is also built through a tidy room, sufficient sleep, a respected boundary, and a decision not to return to a place that repeatedly caused pain. I am present within these simple changes, where you begin caring for your life with gentleness and responsibility. You have had to be strong for so long that many people assumed you did not need support. You listened to their pain, carried responsibilities that did not belong to you, and stood beside others through dark days. Yet when you became weary, very few were sensitive enough to notice. I know there were times when you wanted to say you were not okay, but remained silent because you feared becoming a burden. You became so accustomed to extending your hand to support others that you forgot you were also worthy of care. But from this day forward, you do not need to keep proving strength by suffering alone. A season of pain does not end through one declaration. It ends when you stop cooperating with what drains you and begin choosing peace deliberately. What is approaching the threshold of your life may be an invitation, an encounter, an opportunity, or a truth that helps you change direction. When it arrives, do not rely only upon your initial excitement. Observe whether it respects your values, gives you room to think, and brings clarity rather than confusion. A genuine blessing will not require you to surrender boundaries in order to keep it. A sincere person will not force you to give trust hurriedly. A suitable opportunity will not demand that you betray peace in order to prove your worth. You can rejoice and remain cautious, hope and still verify, and open your heart without forgetting the wisdom formed through trial. I gently ask you, are you truly ready to receive what you once believed impossible? Not merely ready to dream, but ready to change the old habits necessary to preserve what is new. Are you ready to leave what is familiar, even when that familiarity once caused pain? Are you ready to believe you deserve respect without pleasing everyone? Are you ready to stop punishing yourself for former decisions and allow yourself to begin again with wisdom? What is new cannot grow while you preserve every pattern that kept you trapped. The door may open, but you must still choose to walk through it. A life that corresponds with the goodness within you is not a life without trials. It is a life in which you no longer betray yourself to be accepted, no longer try to rescue those who refuse to change, and no longer surrender control of your emotions to others. You will still love, but that love will possess boundaries. You will remain generous, but your generosity will no longer deplete you. You will still forgive, but you will not use forgiveness to deny what you have learned. This is the deepest form of prosperity, possessing enough peace not to be purchased by attention, enough discernment not to confuse promises with actions, and enough freedom to leave what no longer fits. The surprise prepared for you was not created overnight. It has been formed through every time you rose after disappointment. Every decision not to allow bitterness to govern you, and every day you continued doing good before seeing the result. Trials were not sent to prove that you must suffer before deserving blessing, but when they occurred, you turned them into lessons, transformed wounds into discernment, and used abandonment to learn how to stand upon your own feet. Therefore, what is coming will not meet the same vulnerable person you once were. It will meet someone who knows how to value themselves. Examine a door before entering, and preserve good things with maturity. My beloved child, prepare the inner house within you, before waiting for anything to appear outside. Remove old accusations, expectations that no longer belong to you, and the need to prove your value to people who have already decided not to see it. Make room for joy by leaving what produces only chaos. Let gratitude guide you, but do not use gratitude as a reason to accept less than what is healthy. When change comes, you will not recognize it only through a special feeling. You will recognize it through peace, consistency, and the way it helps you become more honest. I am Michael, and I do not come to promise a miracle that makes every problem disappear immediately. I come to remind you that you are entering a time when what you have learned must become your new way of living. Someone may return, but you will no longer receive them from a place of lack. An opportunity may come, but you will not sacrifice dignity to keep it. A new chapter may open, but you will not carry the cords of the former chapter into it. Receive the future with open hands and clear eyes. What is genuinely good will not only amaze you when it appears, it will also help you feel safe, respected, and free to become the person you were always called to be. You have heard urgent calls before, but I want you to understand that my guidance does not come through pressure or time limits that make you panic. No brief moment can take away love, protection, or the opportunity to begin again. What matters now is that you remain fully present with yourself. Listen with awareness, and do not ignore the gentle call leading you inward. Keep your heart peaceful, because what is about to be revealed is not meant to make you anxious, but to show you that the very place where you once felt most vulnerable is where I am now planting strength, healing, and a new journey.